Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is True Underdog, here today with a guide on Menat. This guide will cover her normal attacks, special moves, V system, and critical art. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Standing Light Punch is 5 frames, so it's not very fast. However, her orb does give her better range than most characters. The crouching version is 4 frames, so it's slightly faster. Medium Punch has great horizontal range. Just keep in mind it's unsafe on block, so don't do it up close. The crouching version has less range, but is -3 on block, so it's tough for the opponent to punish. It's also the best way to extend combos without the orb. Heavy Punch has fantastic range, but is unsafe on block, so don't ever do it up close. On counter hit, it sends the opponent flying, but you can combo after it by calling back the orb. Crouching Heavy Punch is a great anti-air, especially if you have the orb. On counter hit, it launches the opponent to extend combos. In fact, you have enough time to send the orb away and call it back to extend a combo. Standing Light Kick is 3 frames, so it's your go-to normal when punishing attacks. It's also perfect for tick throws. You don't even have to walk forward after doing it. Crouching Light Kick hits low and has decent range. It's also 4 frames and great for starting off combos. Medium Kick has good range and is safe on block as well. It's also great for tick throws on hit and block. Crouching Medium Kick has good range, hits low, and is +2 on block. Heavy Kick is a great anti-air from far away. It's also a great way to start off combos if you don't have the orb. It also crumples the opponent on counter hit, allowing you to start off damaging combos. If you don't have the orb, you can still dash in to extend your combo. Crouching Heavy Kick has great range. On counter hit, it causes a hard knockdown. Jumping Light Kick is good for tick throws. Jumping Medium Kick is great for cross-ups. Jumping Heavy Punch is slow on startup, but does good damage and sends the orb away for a short period of time, allowing you to link Standing Heavy Kick into Crouching Medium Punch. Jumping Heavy Kick has great range and sends the orb away as well. That's it for the normals, so let's move on to her unique attacks. Judgment of Anubis hits low and dodges fireballs. It's also safe on block if you space it as far away as possible. However, outside of that, it's very punishable. It's also a great way to start off combos if you have V-Trigger activated. Divine Retribution hits overhead to punish crouching opponents. You can also call back the orb after the first hit to extend combos. You can also cancel the first hit into V-Trigger as well. Just keep in mind this move is unsafe on block, so be careful when using it. Condom Kick does good damage and has several purposes. The light version is a great way to close the distance from full screen. The medium version is good for baiting anti-airs. It can also be a good way around fireballs. The heavy version is good for baiting throws. Keep in mind that all 3 versions can start off combos if you hit the opponent in their feet. It's also safe on block as long as you hit below their knees. That's it for the unique attacks, so let's move on to her special moves. Soul Sphere does good damage and acts as a projectile when it's glowing blue. Keep in mind this move is slow on startup, so it won't combo from far away. Doing the input a second time will call the orb back, which can extend combos if you're close enough. All 3 versions are unsafe on block and do the same damage, however each version does send the orb to a different location on screen. The light version keeps the orb close and low to the ground. The medium version sends the orb further away and around shoulder height. The heavy version sends the orb furthest away and into the air. It's important to keep in mind that Menat can actually block after calling the orb back, meaning the orb can catch the opponent jumping while you block. This actually makes Menat the only character who can anti-air while blocking. Soul Sphere has 3 different EX attacks. Light Punch plus Medium Punch does good damage and is a great way to end combos. Light Punch plus Medium Punch pulls the enemy in close to extend combos. Medium Punch plus Heavy Punch is a good anti-air, or just a great way to end air combos. Guardian of the Sun is a decent anti-air, but its main purpose is ending combos. The light version does decent damage and is fast. The medium version does more damage, but is slightly slower. The heavy version does even more damage, but is also the slowest. The EX version does the most damage and is invincible after frame 6, so it's a great anti-air if you want to spin the meter. That's it for the special moves, so let's move on to her V system. Menat actually has 2 V skills. The standing version does good damage and is a great way to end short combos. It also reflects projectiles if you have the orb. If you don't have the orb, then it absorbs the projectile instead. The crouching version has less range, but launches the opponent into the sky, allowing for a short follow-up if you anti-air with it. Keep in mind, you can combo after both versions by calling back the orb, although you have to use the heavy orb for the crouching version. Menat's V-reversal sends her behind the opponent, so it's great for escaping corner pressure. This reversal even teleports her behind the opponent from full screen, so this V-reversal might actually be a good way to counter zoning. Menat's V-trigger gives her 6 different orbs, each of which corresponds to a different button on your controller. You can send these orbs flying in one of 2 ways. The first method is to hold down the button and then release it. This technique is great for arcade sticks, but a bit tough for controllers. The second method is to double tap the button. This method is much easier if you play on controller. These orbs have 2 main purposes. The first and most obvious is to extend combos, since they stun your opponent and allow for follow-ups. However, these orbs are also great for keeping yourself safe. They can keep you safe during a jump-in, or keep you from being punished after an unsafe attack. Just keep in mind the orbs don't stay out for very long, so make sure to be fast and make use of them. Menat's critical art has good range and is great for ending combos. It also gives her back her orb as well, which is important to keep in mind. Now let's put it all together for some basic bread and butter combos. The button translations are in the video description below. If you enjoyed this guide and found it helpful, please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. Tell me what you think. If you want to help support the channel and look good while doing it, please check out my t-shirts. If you want to support the channel more directly, please check out my Patreon. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because we have content on this channel every single week. It's never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming. So make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.